Hello, Chicago, and welcome to sports here on the Windy City Webcast. I'm Eddie Diaz. Lots happening in the sports world, so let's jump right into it. As if the loss to the Packers wasn't tough enough for the Bears to deal with, running back Matt Forte, who left the game in the third quarter, reportedly has a high ankle sprain. Forte has missed the final 4 games of last season with a sprained MCL and could now miss up to 2 to 6 weeks this season. For the third time since Commissioner Gary Bettman took over the NHL in 1993, the NHL has locked out its players as of Saturday at 11:59 p.m. The fans have called for Bettman's immediate termination, with some going as far as to call him the worst commissioner in the history of sports. The last offer to the NHL Players Association from the league offered the players 49% of all revenue, which was a step up from the initial 43% he offered. The first lockout under Bettman in the 94-95 season cost the NHL half of their season. Oh, but the second lockout in 04 and 05 caused the entire season to be canceled. Now, we will more than likely lose another season. Why, you ask? Because the commissioner wants to cut players' salaries when he makes more than the best hockey player in the world every year. There is no timetable as to when the two sides will meet again. No deal or end is in sight, and all preseason games have been canceled. Brace yourselves, hockey fans. This could be a long one. With the 2012 season coming to a close, Chicago Cubs president Theo Epstein was asked about his expectations for the upcoming season. He pulled no punches, saying he did not expect things to be much different from this season. The Cubs started a long rebuilding process this year and are currently 5th place in the NL Central, with a record of 58-91, and are 32 games behind first place. Despite their struggles, the Cubs are 6th in the NL in attendance and are on pace to draw more than 2.9 million fans into Wrigley Field this season. It has been 104 years since the Cubs last won the World Series, and their last playoff appearance was in 2008 when they won the NL Central. Meanwhile, on the other side of Chicago, the White Sox continue their push for the playoffs. The Sox are currently 81-67 and are atop the AL Central by 2 games. Last Thursday, while at a promotional event for Adidas, Derrick Rose broke out into tears when a video of him tearing his ACL was shown. Rose suffered the injury in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals last season. Rose went on to say that his road to recovery has been far from easy, but he said he is jumping and taking part in shooting drills again. Rose closed out the press conference with more positive news, saying that he and his girlfriend are expecting their first son. For the 3rd consecutive year, NASCAR will open up the chase for the Sprint Cup at the Chicagoland Speedway in 2013. NASCAR favors having the chase open in the Chicago market, as it is the 3rd largest in the country. Senior Vice President of Race Operations Steve O'Donnell said before the chase opener on Sunday that the 1.5-mile track will host the first 10 playoff races. And the Chicago Fire took 2nd place in the MLS Eastern Conference following a 3-1 comeback Saturday night against the Montreal Impact. The Fire have improved to a record of 15-8-5 and are now just 1 point behind Sporting Kansas City for the top spot in the East. Well, that's going to do it for sports here at the Windy City Webcast. I'm Eddie Diaz, and be sure to check back here for more next week at windycitywebcast.tv.